Hi friends, welcome to Cards by TLC. My name is Tammy Civello and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of the San Francisco Bay Area, and welcome back to my Fun Fold Fridays. We're bringing you another Fun Fold premiere video today. So if you are watching at 9 a.m. Pacific time on September 8th, 2023, you will notice a live chat off to the right hand side of your screen. And I'm actually here in the chat to answer any questions you may have and chat along with you. And if you happen to be watching the replay, not a problem. Just put in hashtag replay and ask any questions that you may have along the video process. Today's Fun Fold, I was inspired by my friend Lisa Curcio. This is a double Fun Fold flap and it is so cute. I love how it opens up like this and like that. So we have a double flap. Oops, and we almost forgot the inside. So we have this piece right here, this, and that. So a double flat fold is what she called it. So I liked the name. That's what we're gonna stick to it. We are playing with the Gift of Giving in the brand new, let me get to the front page here, mini catalog. It's the September to December 2023 mini catalog. I like to call it the holiday catalog. And we're actually going to be playing with two stamp sets today. Our focal image point that we are using is from the Gift of Giving, which is found on page 25. And I can't wait to play with these other stamp sets. And then the sentiments that we are using today, I'm using Warm Wishes, the Merry Christmas, and the cute little snowflakes that are from the Berry Cute bundle, but I'm using those stamp sets today. And then we are finishing off with our sheer ribbon. This is a gorgeous sheer ribbon. You could color it any color you want. I'm going to keep it the sheer color that it comes with. And then of course we're going to top it off with our adhesive back glitter sequence that we used last week. So we're going to be using the crystal pieces. Let's go ahead and get started on our pieces. And don't worry, all the sizes and dimensions are on my blog post today at cardsbytlc.com, and that link is in the description box below. So we're going to start off with our two card base pieces in my favorite Misty Moonlight color. The first piece is going to be 5.5 by 10. You're going to have a second piece at 3.5 by 7. And you are going to have 4 pieces of Lost Lagoon, 4 layer pieces. You're going to have 1 layer at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. You're going to have a 4 by 5.5 or 4 by 5 1/4. And then you're going to have 2 separate pieces that are going to be at 3 3/8 by 3 3/8 squared. And then you're going to have a piece of designer paper at 4 by 5 1/4. And this paper is actually from the beautiful Winter Meadow collection. I absolutely love this paper. It's gorgeous. It's my blues and neutrals and greens. So this paper absolutely makes me happy, and it is available in the online store today. So let us go ahead. Oh, and then we have our basic white pieces. We have a 3 3/4 by 5. We have a side panel piece at 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. And then you will have 2 squared pieces at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. One is going to be your image that you stamp. And as you can see, I have already pre-stamped and colored for that. We will go over those colors in just a few minutes. But let us go ahead and start off by scoring our pieces. So we are going to take our largest piece and we are going to get our trimmer out. And our first score line is going to be at 1.5. So 1.5 is our first score line. And our second score line is going to be at 5 3/4. So 1.5 and 5 3/4. Now we're going to bring in our second piece that we're going to score, and we are just going to take that 7-inch piece and score it right in half at 3.5. One quick, simple score line, 3.5. Okay, that's it for those pieces. Let's go ahead and bring in our bone folder and fold over and crease our edges and lay them flat. And then we will do some stamping before we piece that together. So you're going to want to fold that. You're going to take your fold it to the left, and then fold it down. Now you definitely want to make sure that you're lined up accordingly so it lays flat. So that's where you come in and crease those edges nicely. And there you have it. So I think we're going to do our stamping. We are going to stamp our sentiment on the inside because we like to do that. And then we're also going to be stamping this sentiment. So we're going to do all of our stamping first and foremost, and then we'll piece together. So let us start with the inside panel piece. And this is our 3 3/4 by 5. And I have our Merry Christmas. Here, let me go ahead and open this up so you see what I'm doing. I have our Merry Christmas and our cute little 2 different size snowflakes. Our Merry Christmas is going to be in our Lost Lagoon, and our snowflakes are going to be in Boho Blue. So let's come in with our Merry Christmas. And I would normally put designer paper at the bottom, but I thought I would do something just a little bit different and come in with those snowflakes. And that off to the side, come in with our Boho Blue. Let's get our 2 snowflakes, and I did a large one in the bottom left-hand corner and 2 small ones. One right there and one right there. Now we are going to come in with this front panel piece and do our warm wishes. Get our Lost Lagoon out again. I probably should have just left that out. And then come in with our snowflakes. So warm wishes right there. And then our cute little snowflakes. One large and 2 small. One there and one there. Now I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap piece here because I'm gonna probably bring in our strip of basic white, and some of my snowflakes are off the piece of paper. So we are just gonna come in. Let's just come in and do our large snowflakes first. And what I did was I just kind of went zigzag back and forth. And then I'm going to come in with my smaller ones and fill in those spots. So let's come in with our smaller ones and just kind of like make our own little designer paper. Go there and there. Okay. I believe all of our stamping is done because I have, like I said, I have already pre-stamped that front focal piece. And let me go ahead and go over those colors with you. Get this stuff out of the way so we can build. Okay. let us go over this front focal piece. What I did was I took our Tuxedo Memento Black ink and stamped that in our Tuxedo Memento Black ink because we are using our alcohol-based Stampin' Blend markers. And I colored in our cup in the light and dark smoky slate. So what I did was I outlined and made like a shade with the darker of the smoky slate, the dark smoky slate, and then came in and blended in with the light smoky slate. Our cookie, I did the main cookie part in light pecan pie, and our little chocolate chip pieces I grabbed from our neutrals collection, and it's the number 100. So it's our darkest in the neutral. And then our candy cane and our berries, I did light sweet sorbet. And then our greenery, I did in dark Lost Lagoon. So like I said, I have already pre-done that out to save some time. Because when I color, I take my sweet time, and I don't need to have you guys sitting here until next week by the time I finish that up. So let us go ahead and start putting together our pieces. We are going to be taking our 4 by 5 1/4 piece of not designer paper, but our Lost Lagoon. And we are just going to come in and layer that up because that's our inside panel piece. So we will start with that. And if you are new to my channel, you know I like to use Stampin' Seal for any part that I'm going to be writing on, or a sentiment piece, just because it avoids the wiggle lines that it sometimes leaves with liquid glue. So we're going to take our large piece and come in here and add that. So let us get our glue. And put that in there. Next, we are going to take our other piece of Lost Lagoon, and this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we are going to bring in our designer paper, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and lay that on, and it just leaves just a slight border all the way around. The inside leaves 1/4 of an inch. This leaves 1/8 of an inch. And I really loved this blue paper. I thought it actually went really well because it looks like falling snow to me. And I thought because we are doing a cup of hot chocolate with yummy goodness, that would be great for a winter scenery. And then of course our snowflake stamped image. Come in here and put this panel piece down here. And then we are going to do our front side panel piece right here. And this is our basic white strip that we have stamped our snowflakes on. And again, this is 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. So let's come in here with our glue and glue that down. And now we're going to work on the front of our card. So let's do the inside piece first. Let's do our sentiment and our Lost Lagoon layer. Again, this is 3 3/8 by 3 3/8 squared. And then our sentiment piece is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 squared. that down. There's all these parts and pieces, but it's so easy. And then what you could do is mass produce this and just cut a bunch of the pieces and just kind of like stamp and glue and finish it up. Okay. Now, our front panel piece, we are going to go ahead and glue this down to our Lost Lagoon piece. And before we glue this down, we're going to be laying down our 7-inch piece of ribbon. But let's go ahead and do this first. And again, these are the exact same sizes as the inside. 3 and what did I say? 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 and 3 3/8 by 3 3/8. Okay, so now before we glue this down, we are going to take our strip, our 7-inch strip, and glue it to the back of this because this is going to come underneath. You want that hidden and tucked underneath. So we are going to bring in some adhesive and just put that right there on the center. And you definitely want to use a strong adhesive because the ribbon, you don't want it pulled off. And if you use the glue, I don't think it would hold it very well. So that panel piece is going to go there. And now we can go ahead and glue this whole panel piece to the front. Now our next piece, our 11-inch strip of ribbon, we are going to have it behind this whole thing. Now don't worry, this whole card will be hidden. So let's bring in our 11-inch piece. And we are going to want to lay that back and line that up accordingly, just in the exact same spot, just smack dab in the center. So let's go ahead and add our adhesive. Lay that down. Now we are going to, whoops, let's get that out of the way. Now we're going to go ahead and add adhesive to the entire back. And then what we're going to do is come in, oh, I just did a bad faux pas. We don't want to add it to the entire backing. Let me see if I do have my adhesive remover. So scratch that last step. You don't want to put it on the entire back because your card will go. So what you're going to want to do is remove this adhesive. Thank goodness for this adhesive remover. We used to sell these through Stampin' Up, but you can get them on Amazon now. Thank goodness for adhesive removers because that was a major boo-boo. But we are fixing it. And see how, I'm telling you, if you do not have these in your crafting arsenal, you have to, because look at that. It just took it right up. So now what you're going to want to do is actually add adhesive to this side panel. So we are going to just add just enough right here along the side. And then I'm going to center that up with the center of that strip, and then I'm going to line it up. You can either line it up with the edge of the card. I actually like it better lined up with the basic white line and leaving just that little bit of blue there. So now, as you can see, This is your flap. And had I had the adhesive glue, that would have glued to that DSP, and that would have been, you wouldn't have been able to open this last piece. So there is a spot there. There's 2 spots that you can add, and let's add a little bit more adhesive because that just popped off. Make sure that that adheres down accordingly. Let's press that bad boy down. Now we're going to come in and do our bow to finish up our card, to close this up. Now you can either do a traditional bow like I did on the first one, or you can do a half loop bow, which you would do a normal bow, but instead of sliding that bow through, you would slide that down and do kind of like a half bow. But I like the full bow. But I like to do half bows on masculine cards, and that piece just ripped right out of their little booger. Let's see if I can save that piece. Okay, we need to add some, I think I'm going to bring in a glue dot to tuck that piece back in. But again, you want to make sure that your ribbons are adhered accordingly. I'm going to come in here with a glue dot and pray that that stays. There we go. And then let's tie our bow. See, we had a couple of errors this time, but they worked. There we go. There's that one. And here's our original. So cute, right? I love this fold. I think this fold goes extremely well with a lot of things. Anytime you can fit an image on a square piece, you could do some fall stuff. You can do some cute Halloween stuff. I absolutely love this. Oh, we got to finish off with our gems. Let's do our little crystal gem pieces. Go. And one right there. There we go. Now it's done. Well, I want to thank you for stopping by. I sure hope that you give this fun fold a try. And if you do, please tag me. I'm at cardsbytlc on all social media platforms. And if you enjoyed today's project, I would love for you to make sure you hit that like button on my video. That helps my channel grow. And if you like what you saw today and haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. And be sure to click that notification bell to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. I want to thank you again for stopping by, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And be sure to join me next Thursday and Friday for more creative fun. I have my weekly card class to go on Thursdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then, of course, our Fun Fold Fridays at 9 a.m. Thank you again for stopping by, and have a great day. Bye, everyone.